Yes, everybody, and welcome to High on Homegrown, the cannabis podcast from PercysGrowRoom.com. I am Mackie from the UK, and joining us this week, we have Monkey Doo.
Hey guys, how's it going? Monkeys down here in the southeast US today, enjoying the sunshine and cool breezes. Hope everyone's got something good to smoke today.
Also from the UK, we have the roving reporter, aka Billy Bonds. What's up, bro?
Yeah, man. What's up, people? Good to be here. Not feeling too bad today after my long week of stress from cannabis.
Yes.
After cannabis.
Billy's been a bit ill. He's got the Spannabis flu.
Oh, the spicy cough.
Yeah, that's right. We had that when we left Spannabis, and I hope everybody else out there who went to Spannabis is not also feeling down with something. That would be a bit shit. But yes, and also we have a new guy on the show today. This is
guy.
Triple G, the grateful German grower. You want to say hi, bro?
Yeah, hello everybody. Grateful greetings from Germany. A multitude of blessings and showers. And yeah, hello everybody. Smoke up.
Yes, welcome. Thanks for coming to join us, man. And obviously, Triple G is here to talk about the legalization changes going on in Germany very soon, in just a week now. Damn.
Yeah, they say there's one minister who has to sign the law, and then it's basically signed into effect, and no judge is going to open a case against you right now. So everybody in Germany is in party mood.
Yeah, man, for sure. It must be such a nice fucking feeling. None of us on the panel right now have experienced it, you know, including yourself. We haven't done it yet. It hasn't been legal for us. But that change from feeling like a fucking criminal that we have felt like for our whole lives to like not feeling like a criminal anymore. It must be so fucking weird. Like the next day, you know, like the first day of it being legal, you're like, is it okay? Really? Can I smoke? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It must be so fucking weird.
I have that feeling right now, like it's basically legal right now. It just have to come into effect, and I'm like, oh, I want to be so happy, and I want to shout and scream for everybody that it's legal. But most of the people here, they don't even care. I mean, yes, the ones who are in the scene, they are emotions over emotions, people crying, screaming, shouting. We have a very lively scene here, also very lively online scene around some influencers who are making some streams, and yeah, you get a lot of emotions from the people, also some other YouTubers, tears, just the day that the last decision was found, just everybody burst out in excitement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Personally, I just didn't feel that yet, since it has just been so taxing on my emotions. But
oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
we've been getting there, man. It's not long. It's not. Just hold on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be trusting him yet either. I wouldn't be walking around with a joint in my hand outside, just like, right, officer. No, I wouldn't be playing that game. I'd still staying fucking quiet, man.
I'm in the south of Germany, and like in the south of US, it's the judges, they won't persecute you anymore, but the police, they will still try to fuck with you in any way. And they're not happy. They're not happy. And there's still going to be a loophole which the police, they're very happy about, and they're going to exploit and fuck us over if we're not careful, and if the ministers are not doing their job right. Because still now we still have to push those. I'm thankful that they brought the law where it is right now, but we still have to push. It has been a community effort. So yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to the news in a bit. But what are you smoking on, man? What have you got today?
Some sweet homegrown. Yeah.
Oh, sweet, nice. What strain is it? Do you know?
Yeah, 8 Miles High today.
Okay.
It's from Mandala Seeds. It's a very old and but not that known breeder collective, or it's a couple, husband and wife, some old hippies, and
cool.
They have one High Times Cup with a strain of theirs, Satori, which is very psychoactive. It's an F1 Incross from 2 Nepalese land races, which they found and bred to become stable breeding stock for the F1. And they won the cup at that point, and the wheat is still available, the seeds, and it's still amazing. And this 8 miles high here, is just fruity, delightful, and it loosens the tongue. It's
Lovely.
euphoric a bit. It's good podcasting weed.
Let's do it.
Love
Nice. Well, you got Billy. You got some hash on there.
Yes, I have some chilbert hash in my vape, so
Nice.
going down very smoothly.
Is that the Tangibert?
No, not actual chilbert hash,
Oh, okay.
but hash from Chilbert, which just managed to find its way home somehow from Canada.
Just magically jumped in your
Yeah.
suitcase and it's here.
It's like, oops, I left this in my pocket. Oh no.
Yeah, something like that.
I must
Something
destroy
like
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's burn this away. Keep it out of the
But
hands of
also-
children.
I also have some Nakatomi Plaza pre-rolled and some Cherry Gasm pre-rolled. So I'm ready.
Yeah, you
Sweet.
are.
What you got, Monkey?
I got a blend today. I'm gonna mix some mango smile with some Quirkle. I like
Oh,
when you
nice.
mix the
Yeah,
two together. You
that's
know,
cool.
one of those situations that the sum is bigger than the two parts. It's a really good combination there. Love it.
Nice. Right, you're gonna. I'm smoking Sam Squatch, but I just blah blah blah. Sam Squatch from Mephisto. Very nice stuff. Very nice. But just gonna have a quick read through the news stories that we're gonna go through here. We've got something about hippies, some Danish hippies, but don't really seem like hippies. But that's gonna be the article we're doing last. That was an interesting one. We're gonna summarize some of the legal stuff going on in Germany from a post over on percysgrowroom.com by James. James is one of our members from Germany, so he knows what's going on as well, and he shared loads of interesting information throughout the whole process. So we're going to have a look at some of that from over on the forum. We have some cannabis rolling papers company seeks content creator to get paid to smoke weed.
I'll do it.
$70,000 a year, these motherfuckers. 70,420. By the way,
yeah,
they
I
should
could
have
do- I
just
could
gone
do
for
that, yeah.
69,420. Come on. That would have been fucking awesome. Yeah, so that's I've already applied. I haven't really, but study shows Colorado cannabis products are overstating the THC potency, and I think that is more common than we realize. We'll get to that when we hit
Absolutely.
that news story there. This mother says package presenting cannabis like treat put children in hospital, and it just irritates me. It's nothing to do with the packaging. You should have told your kid not to eat fucking. We'll wait till we get to the article before we
The
go on
rant
rants.
started already.
You
There
know,
we
it's
go.
like, damn. Man
Damn.
admits fatal stabbing in Wolverhampton cannabis farm raid. As you know, that Wolverhampton, even if you didn't know that was in the UK, just by the fatal stabbing bit, you know that's in the UK. We'll get to that in a bit. Billy has brought us a news article. New York probe sputtering legal cannabis program as storefronts lag black market booms. Whatever that means. Yeah, you can explain that when we get there, innit, Billy? And then Triple G here has got German health minister fights to prevent cannabis legalization indefinite delay. So even though it's being legalized in Germany, there's still some bumps in the road. So that's some of the news articles we're going to get to. But there's one more thing we have to do before we move on to the news. And if
Oh,
you
do
remember
we
last
really?
week,
Oh,
last
man, here we
week
go.
we had a little
Yeah.
discussion about a new taste testing session here. And
I
fill
can
me
smell it
bowls.
already. Yeah, man.
Here we go. Here that I have a whole bag of black salted licorice. Everybody. So if anybody's out there and they also have black salted licorice because they are taking part in today's taste test, now's the time to get this shit. Monkey, have you got some?
Yeah, I've got the black salted pretzel licorice. And
Oh
so
god,
it's
this smells so fucking bad.
just-
Thanks,
actually,
Phil.
Just smells like regular black licorice to me, which I don't mind, but the salty part is kind of scary. And I
God.
don't know if this is sugar or salt on the outside. It's just white crystals.
Right, so-
And-
It depends on
Okay,
who
that's-
sorted it and how.
Oh
okay,
god,
Billy.
why you say that? What?
He didn't. All right. So it is
Okay.
sugar on the outside. So it's sugar on the outside of black salted licorice.
I've just got black licorice. It just looks so bad. It looks so bad. But here we go.
Cool.
You ready, Monkey?
Oh yeah. I
3,
did it just now.
Okay. Oh
And
god.
swallow. Oh yes, go on.
Hmm.
Come on, we want to hear the filthy noises you're making.
I don't know about this. This is interesting. It's weird. Almost kind
Yeah,
of has
Mac is
almost.
gagging. He's gagging on the saltiness.
It's kind of a cross between a licorice and a coffee flavor to me. I don't mind it, but I can guarantee you this is not something that I could eat a lot of. But way, way better, in my opinion, humble opinion, than Turkish Delight was. I could eat this a little bit at a time, but I could eat this. Mac is quiet. I think he threw up.
Mac is still gagging, I think, on
I
it.
think
Yeah.
he threw up.
I am just shocked, absolutely fucking shocked that anybody would put that in their mouth. That is on fire.
That's what she said.
That's what you said to me last week, mate. Apparently.
God.
No, I
don't know what to say.
Maybe one of these pieces, and that'd be it for the day. But I've got about half of it done. I'm still sucking on it a little bit, but it's weird. I don't know. Is yours this way? It's got, even though it's black licorice, it's brown in the middle, kind of toffee colored.
There's some
Interesting.
toffee ones he's put in here as well, I think. I mean,
I don't think they're toffee.
those
There's
black
licorice.
ones. Oh, God. No, the aftertaste is too bad. This is really bad. I spat that out like 5 minutes ago,
it's
man, and it's still
very
fucking
strong.
cursing me. Jesus.
They have strong licorice flavor, kind of an anise almost kind of going on here.
You got like a toffee coloured one as well. That was a black one, which I tried there. Got a toffee coloured one. Let me go.
It's gonna taste the same.
No, couldn't even fuck. I put that on my tongue. It was like, no. That's so fucking bad. Sorry,
I don't
Phil.
mind this one. Honestly,
It feels
don't
like
mind
it
this.
grows on you. It's like, how can it grow on you, mate? How I don't understand that. Was you like starving one day? You didn't have anything else. You just had black licorice. Tried the first one. That's disgusting. But I'm so hungry, I need to eat more. And then 5 or 6 down the road, you're feeling a lot better. It's like, yeah, actually, this isn't so bad when there's nothing else.
5 or 6.
Jesus.
I haven't even finished a half of one I've taken a bite of here, And these things are not big pretzels. They're, maybe they're maybe about maybe 30 centimeters big. So they're not big.
Jesus. Whew. Yeah.
Interesting though.
Thanks,
Not
Phil.
terrible. Not terrible.
Might go well with Norwegian fish.
Oh God. Yeah. Right.
Well,
So
they actually had the salty Swedish fish even there at the place thing.
Oh.
Like, I don't know about this stuff, man.
oh,
Okay.
there's Bubble Hawk in the chat. What's up, bro?
Oh my God! Look,
What's up?
look.
Damn. He's still alive, everybody, unless his account's been hacked.
That's not bubble
Yeah.
hop. He's been hacked.
That's right. It's Hubblebach. Yeah, the Aldi version. But yeah, are we ready then? Should we go on with the Cannabis News and Events? Are we ready to go?
Sure. This salty
do
licorice
it.
has got my tongue is tingling now. It's weird stuff, Phil. Really weird.
Oh, the music's playing there in the background. But yeah, Monkey was just saying how much he loves licorice. He's really enjoyed
Oh yeah,
that.
I'm saying it's it's got a tingling on the tongue. It's kind of a weird sensation. This
Oh
is weird
God,
stuff.
man. Oh, I can still taste it.
Oh, me too. It stays with you.
Oh, that's
I'm not as
bad.
offended by this flavor as so much though. At least this has got a balance to it to me.
What I'm gonna do though, Phil, is I'm gonna continue to try. I'm gonna push through, man. I'm gonna and I'm
the
gonna
whole
see
bag going by
if
the
it
end of the hour.
grows on me
The
because
whole
there's so
bag,
much in the
Mackie.
bag. It would be a shame. I mean, oh God, what have you done to me, Phil? Jesus.
I bet your dog would love it.
Oh, can dogs have licorice? I'm gonna have to check that
I
out.
don't know. I would check first though.
Yeah. So what should we do first? Let's do this one from the UK. This Mother Says packaging one. Let's go through this.
Yeah.
Right, we have Mother Says packaging presenting cannabis-like treat puts children in hospital. And if you can see it on the screen there, you can see what it clearly says. 1,000 milligrams. There's grass in the background. You got THC 19 plus. Warning, keep out of reach of children. So it doesn't matter what the fucking packaging looks like. It doesn't matter because it says there, keep out of reach of children. Somebody didn't follow the rules on the fucking packaging. It says right there, keep out of reach of children. You know, it just frustrates me when they blame it on the way the package looks. It's nothing to do with what the package looks like. It shouldn't have been in a place where children can get it in the first place. You know what I mean? Or am I just fucking crazy? or a bit of both.
No, you're right. Her being completely inept, is that the issue there?
I see the
Exactly.
packaging and it's totally unappealing. I don't know. I wouldn't even buy that if I would like to eat an edible. I don't know.
Right. I get what you're saying. It's really not the most attractive package. Not at all.
Giggity.
In comparison,
Giggity.
Giggity. Right, so I'll read this here. Look, we have the mother of a 9-year-old boy says packaging that depicts highly potent cannabis as a treat, as shown in this handout image, led her son and his classmates at a Halifax school to consume them and become violently ill earlier this week. No, love, I'm afraid that's not what it was. Katrina
I have so many
MacDonald.
questions with this one, Mackie. So many questions here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's how the fuck are they blaming this on the packaging?
I don't know. I don't know.
So, anyway, Katrina MacDonald, a healthcare worker, said in an interview Friday her son threw up multiple times and had to be rushed to the emergency department, while the mother of another child, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, said her child was taken to intensive care for treatment before stabilizing.
What?
MacDonald, yeah, that's a bit intense, isn't it?
Well, no pun intended there.
MacDonald said she saw 4 children in hospital due to ingesting the edible, while Halifax police said 5 children are believed to have swallowed the product. Right, so 4 children went to hospital and 1 didn't, by the sound of that. The school
One
sent
just
MacDonald,
had a good time, right?
Yeah, that's right. He's just like, I think I'm just going to go take a nap and watch some Tom and Jerry or something. Probably not Tom and Jerry, because they ain't from the 1950s like me. What the fuck? Tom and Jerry. The school sent MacDonald an image of the package of strawberry grape edibles branded as Nerd Bites that was found at the school after the children became ill. It has a picture of a brightly coloured candies on a green grassy background in a small letter. And in small letters underneath indicates to keep out of reach of children. The 43-year-old mother of 3 said her son and 3 other children ate the cannabis just before the recess, after they were offered gummies by a classmate who had brought the package to school. MacDonald says the packaging is dangerous for children her son's age who were unaware of the potential dangers of cannabis. She said when she arrived at the school, her boy was delirious, anxious, and crying. The usually healthy child vomited 7 times and had a decreased heart rate, and his blood pressure fell as emergency staff provided him with fluids intravenously. That's fucking shocking, man. I mean, what the... Again, I don't think the packaging has got anything to do with this. Whoever brought that to school knew exactly what they were doing, and it doesn't matter if it's in a bland packaging. The kid is bringing it to school to share with his friends. You know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe I get from this.
Even if the kid found this at a parent's house and thought it was candy, and it was, like they said like that, why did the parents leave this out anywhere that the child could get hold of this? Would you leave any type of opioid around so your kid could find that? No,
ridiculous. It's scary as fuck, man. It's really important, everybody out there. We're a cannabis podcast, and it's not like we encourage the use of cannabis, but if you want to use cannabis, it's completely up to you. But for children, it's like you got to try and avoid that shit, man. Only in extreme cases for medical use is allowed. It's just did the Grateful German grow a lag out or something?
We'll see if he comes back.
think so.
He's in the waiting room, so yeah. Just let the man admit him.
We didn't hit record.
Oh,
did you
maybe
hit record?
We should do that, Matty. Oh my gosh!
Oh, fuck's sake! See,
Recording
professionalism at its best.
There you go,
There you go.
Well,
Thanks
we
for
had
reminding
a
us, German
person
grower.
around.
Oh, there's that hiss again. Oh no!
Yeah. I think
That
happens
is-
when you
oh, no.
join.
There you go. It's back.
It's okay. It
back.
went away. It just happens when you join.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I think this shit is it's just fucked, man. And like I say, if it came in bland packaging, it was the kid was bringing what he knew to be edibles to school to share with his friends. That's my opinion of it. I think the packaging it was in is irregardless bubble hawk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, but that's
But it's the
scary. Sorry.
The
What you saying?
packaging looks legal. That's all I'm saying. So is that regulation? The packaging's followed, so then therefore it's a legal packet of edibles, or is it an illegal black market?
It looks
edible.
legal, doesn't it? I mean, but you can buy
Yeah.
this shit from online anywhere nowadays. You know what
Yeah.
I
That's
mean?
true.
You know, because we're illegal here in the UK, but you can buy this stuff for reasonably cheap as well. But I don't think they've gone out and bought it because it's reasonably cheap for an adult, but for a kid, they're not going to be buying these kind of things. It's too expensive for them. It's
Well,
definitely an adult bought it, and the kids have taken it. And
yeah. We see kids around here. One thing that we've found in the deep South where you don't have dispensaries and things are still operating, you know, black market and everything like that, is that we find that kids actually order this stuff through the mail off the internet and get it shipped directly to them because some places are not even checking or asking for any ID or information.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
just basically check a box saying, are you at least this old? Yes, I am. Bam, you're done.
Mhm.
And so we're having a lot of problems
Listen
with
to
that
this,
in the deep South.
listen to this paragraph here. It looks eerily similar to a package of treats that any parent would buy for their child. There's a small label at the bottom which says THC, but my child didn't know what THC was, she said. Come on, you're full of shit. She's full of shit. I'm sorry to say it, but you know, she's full of, like,
Don't they
whatever.
do drug education in schools from like
You
the
know
age
what I
of
mean?
9?
And still, it doesn't matter if he knows what THC was. Whoever bought these edibles knew what THC is and left it in a place where children could get hold of it. That's the problem here. It's nothing to do with
Yeah.
the packaging. It's the person who has the fucking edibles.
You
You
know,
know what I
what if
mean?
they took a bottle of wine or vodka into school then, like,
Mm.
shared that about?
A bottle of hooch, you know?
Yeah, Does that
Some
mean, like-
Alco Pop. Remember that shit back in the day?
yeah, Alco Pops, man. Yeah, totally.
Mm-mm,
That was
mm-mm.
aimed at teenagers.
Damn. Dr. Bruce Crooks, a pediatric oncologist, hematologist at the IWK Children's Hospital in Halifax, said the amount of cannabis the children were reported to have consumed about 200 milligrams each. So it's a hefty dose. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
huge dose. That's roughly 20 times the amount an adult might take as a recreational dose. So yeah, man, that's strong. That's I feel bad for the kids, you know, because they're not ready for that kind of shit, man. Even if they were like, you know, they knew what they were taking and it was like, yeah, let's get smashed off these. They're just not ready for that shit. They're far too fucking young. They're not properly educated on what the effects of it are going to be, and it's going to leave them in a bad state as they were. It's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad. Shocking.
They thought they're just going to have a good time in school, giggling around, but then they're just in a fucking anxious state,
You
vomiting.
know, just fuck. It's too much. Just too intense, man. Imagine that shit. And you're trying to act not high because you're at school. You know, we've all been there. You know. But you know, it's serious, man. You're just trying to act not mashed, and you can't because you've taken 200 milligram edibles. Damn.
Yeah, Twisted and Bubble Hawk were chatting in the chat up there and saying that stuff looks like the stuff we see in the filling station, gas stations around here. You can see a lot of that stuff hanging behind the counter, and it's like, you know, they really do. There's not a lot of control there.
Yeah. All right, I'll smash through some more of this. We got a spokesman from the Nova Scotia Liquor Corp who has no bias in this argument. The only licensed distributor of cannabis products in the province says it only buys from licensed producers who are regulated by the Health Canada and the Federal Cannabis Act. The law generally prohibits the promotion of cannabis, and packaging is to adhere to strict requirements, including labeling, child-resistant containers, and the plain packaging that must not appeal to youth. And the high ladies were saying this about their weed, weren't they? When they've released their pre-rolls, the packaging has to be a certain way. So maybe you're right, Billy. This probably isn't Canadian packaging because there is too much in it to be Canadian packaging. So
Could be black market packaging.
Yeah, it could be like bought from the USA and just shipped, probably. However, Crooks said products like Nerd Bites are being ordered online and delivered to household by mail. Like gummies, they look like candy. They look like energy drinks. They look like any other products that you can have, and the packaging is specifically designed to be appealing, he said. McDonald's said she believes what happened to her child could happen to any family. Yeah, it really could. It really could. She said schools need to set up a protocol for handling situations when such products is brought into the school. Schools may have to start educating children about the dangers at a young age, she added. And they do, but the thing is they lie, you know, and because this kind of education is done pretty young in UK schools, where when they start like secondary school, they'll be having education about what drugs are. But you know, I just remember when I did it a long time ago, it was just all full of shit. And then when you do try weed for the first time and it don't send you crazy, you're like, oh, maybe the cocaine's okay, you know. You
They
know what I
lied
mean?
about this one, they lied about the other one too.
No, I
What's
knew they were lying all the time. Damn. Sorry, Billy.
No, I was just wondering what cocaine was.
No, it's
know.
this stuff. It smells really nice.
Right, yeah.
But you have to
remember that.
really get
Yeah.
a good smell of it, a good whiff of it.
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
it smell
good
nice
smell.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Up close, man. You know.
The up close sniffy stuff.
That's right. Yeah. A Health Canada spokeswoman who was asked for comment sent a link to an existing federal cannabis regulations, which say that edible cannabis packaging should be child resistant and plain. The label also must not be appealing to youth. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so I mean, we've said quite a lot about what we think about this in the first place, and it's shocking. The kids shouldn't have been able to get access to this cannabis, man. That's it's
Well, let's take a look at this from a different perspective. I'm thinking you're sitting there reading the article and I'm thinking, okay, let's take a look at chocolate bars. And let's just generally, we know kids like chocolate, but let's start packaging chocolate bars now. They're only for adults. We're gonna always put them in a blue wrapper, a plain blue wrapper that kids could care less about, right? What happens when kids realize that everything in a blue wrapper is chocolate? Now it becomes appealing. So does this mean after they learn that edibles are packaged differently, they'll learn what the edibles are packaged like? Again, the answer is not the packaging so much as keeping this out of the access of children.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like
just
they
lock
shouldn't
your weed
even
up.
see the
Lock
fucking
it up.
package. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how bright it is because they shouldn't see it. It should be locked away.
Yeah, eventually they'll figure out what the packaging means eventually. So you better what is it? Weed proof your child instead of child proofing your weed.
Yeah, it's a good saying that I heard recently is more is caught than what is taught. You need to teach your kids this shit before they're caught doing it. You know, education is the key, man. Make sure your kids know what the fuck is going on. They're properly educated on this shit, and they know not to touch it in the first place. But the best thing you can do is just keep it away, keep it out of sight, keep it out of mind. That's the best thing you can do. Be a responsible cannabis user, everybody. You know, just bear that in mind, man. Or always bear that in mind.
Yeah,
We like to joke around and be like, somebody think of the children, but you know, think of the kids. You don't want to be letting your kids get access to this kind of shit and ending up in that kind of position. It's not a nice place to be, even for an adult. It must be scary as fuck when it happens to kids. So be careful.
Well, what about these alcoholic chocolate things? You know what I'm talking about? These
yeah, but they taste so bad. They're as bad as licorice.
I don't know, but I'm just, I've got to throw something else out there. There are other kinds of candy that are out there that children are not supposed to have.
You get Jello shots, don't you? How many alcohol jelly shots do you get?
Oh, geez, that's true. Jello shots.
Yeah, imagine like someone having a bowl full of Jello, like
God.
I'll have 12 of them because it's just fucking Jello, like.
Yeah.
No, mate, you're dead.
Yeah. I think the parents need to step up, take a little responsibility, and teach your kids about weed. Don't hide their heads in the sand. Teach them. Better off that they know what's going on here.
Yeah, if you hide something from someone, they're just going to go find it themselves.
Yeah, it must be good. They're hiding it from me. Let me see what it's all about.
Yeah. Scary, man. Because you remember being this age, and I know we've gone a little bit long on this story now, but we'll move on. But you remember being young and, sneaking out the alcohol, you would do these silly fucking things when you're kids, man. It's just, sometimes it can't be prevented. You have to just lock this stuff up, man. It's the best thing you can do. Lock it up. Make sure they don't even know about it. And if they do know about it, then lock it up so they can't fucking get to it.
Yeah, kids steal. They just
exactly.
steal.
Yeah.
I stole wine from my father. My father, a bottle of beer out of. They never notice, but kids they fucking steal. And now, this has been in my mind for this whole story. You say we should teach the kids about them. Should we also teach them about safer use?
Oh,
Yeah,
Because-
I mean, yes,
absolutely.
by all
Yeah.
means.
Now, if those kids would have known, okay, if there's 1,000 milligrams on this whole package, this means one of those 5 edibles has 200 milligrams. Mackie can clearly say that's 20 times the normal amount for even an adult. Should we tell kids, if you are eating edibles, just to buy those or to get those with 2 milligrams per serving size? Or is
Yeah.
that now too much of safer use because you don't want
I
to
think it would be
inspire?
better just to be like, if you take any more than this, you're gonna have a fucking bad time. Not break it down at different levels, but
Yeah, that's the harm
education is the
reduction
key, I
approach.
think. Yeah, just trying to reduce. The more they
Yeah.
know, the better.
The more,
Because,
yeah. It's what when I was a youth worker, we got like told off for such by agents and that because we were teaching children how to use drugs, and I was like, well, I'm teaching a child how to get home to you safely, so I'm going to teach him how to
Yeah.
use that drug safely, because they're going to use that drug no
That's
matter
right,
what. So I'm
they're
going to
gonna
teach them
do
how
it
to use it
anyway.
safely, and then come home to you. Like, what choice do you want? Like, and
Mhm.
in the end, I think we won them round because all the kids were going home safely. So, like,
Thank you, yeah.
yeah,
And the most deaths on drugs occur because the people take them by themselves.
yes,
So
well, yeah, experimentation.
To be careful. Proper education is the key. Oh, look at Monkey in the chat there. Fucking. Notice how you put that in the chat. You didn't say it live, Monkey. This licorice isn't bad at all, is what Monkey put in the chat.
Isn't
everybody.
all that bad. No, I didn't say bad at all. I said all that bad.
Yeah, you
There's a
just said
fine
it in different
difference.
order.
Fine difference is right. It's a very fine difference. It's not something I'm going to crave, but I am going to be able to finish this piece before the end of the show. So that's a promise. That's good.
Nice. Well, at least one of us enjoys it. That's cool.
Exactly.
He balances out the grapefruit last week, didn't he? Right,
I've
let's
been
go on to
grapefruit
another
all
one
weekend.
here. Yo, Monkey, tell us about this fucking job everybody should be applying
Oh
for.
man, it's crazy. Yeah, I found this on Marijuana Moment. It says rolling paper company seeks content creator to get paid to smoke weed for $70,420 salary. That's
Damn.
not a bad little job. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, you may not become independently wealthy with that job, but it sounds like a good job you could get paid for to smoke weed and do some things. So
Yeah, man. Be
That's
able
it,
to
bro.
pay off your student loans and stuff.
and still smoke weed doing it. Let's say a cannabis company specializing in manufacturing pre-rolled joints has launched a campaign to hire what is called the ultimate stoner dream job, seeking a content creator who will get paid to smoke weed. Custom Cones USA announced on Monday that it's hiring for the new role of its new direct-to-consumer brand Day Savers, which produces rolling papers. A full-time social media creator and event marketer job will pay $70,420 with perks including cannabis product testing and all expense-paid travel to cannabis events. Now, hey, does that sound like a dream to anybody?
Damn.
Come
No, this
on.
is dodgy, man. I want to see. This is like one of those, where they the dodgy van with free candy on the side. I'm getting that kind of vibe from this shit.
Come on,
This is-
stoners. Apply
you know-
for this job. Come
You know,
on now.
come along. It's 74.20. you get free weed, and we'll pay for you to go to all these events. You're like, yeah. What are you on about? I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Dude.
I'm scared.
So
I
do you
would be
think- do
very
you think this is-
skeptical too.
You think this is a police sting that you're going to go in there and sign up and they get this?
Well, that's best case scenario. I don't know, man. Have you seen
Right,
Go
Pulp
to the
Fiction?
next
Island,
room,
You
and the
know,
next room is the jail room. They just lock you up. Boom, every
you
time
know
go
that
in the
Pulp
door, you never
Fiction
get out.
scene. You know the one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want that. You know?
Mm.
Sorry. Oof.
Yeah, you know how it is when things look too good to be true.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mm.
Okay, so
The
back to
interviews in the
story.
basement.
Yeah, back to the story. Back to the story.
Yeah, the lights are out in the basement. Don't worry about that. And we are thrilled to be launching our Ultimate Stoner Dream Job campaign in hopes that we will find a dedicated, one-of-a-kind content creator and social media manager to help us build engaging content on our social media platforms. Harrison Bard, CEO of Day Savers and Custom Cones USA, said in a press release. If you are passionate about cannabis and have any kind of creative talent, this may be the job for you, he said. Many people talk about doing what they love, but few actually have a chance to make it a reality. This is a dream opportunity for any cannabis lover. Yeah, it's all sounding true so far, but we'll see.
Look at
Applications
this
are
bit. Oh my
accepted
god.
April 20th, and the company said it will also be hiring part-time roles with similar responsibilities. The campaign is
What's the...
What's that?
Hold on, right? But a full-time position and a part-time position is.
You're gonna have one permanent
it makes
stoner,
no sense.
and the other guys are gonna be backup stoners. Okay.
You know, we're gonna pay you 4 hours a day to smoke weed. We're gonna pay you 8 hours a day to smoke weed. But when you're at home and you're not smoking weed, you're not getting paid for that. That's free. You know? Damn.
Yeah, but you'll be product testing. You get home. Come on, that's not bad.
Damn. And it's starting on the applications are being accepted on 420.
No, accepted through 420. They end on 420.
Oh, right. Okay.
Get your
Yeah,
application in now, guys.
Yeah, man.
420 is coming.
We're not going to give you the website or anything though, because you know that will reduce our chances of getting the job. You know.
Now, I actually think that this is a little bit advertising / clickbaity, because the bottom of the article says the campaign is reminiscent of the time the cannabis icon Snoop Dogg disclosed in 2019 that he pays a person between $40,000 and $50,000 a year to roll in blunts. So I really feel like what they're trying to do here is get name recognition. You know, so you throw out, if you think about it though, $70,000 for an ad campaign is pretty cheap. If it's a national ad campaign that people start reading about. So this gets their name into the news, and you get a bunch of people trying for this job. And I think it's basically a catapult situation. Let's see if this is going to get us any name recognition. But I honestly don't know who the heck anybody. I mean, I've gone to dispensaries and I bought pre-rolls before. I have no idea who rolls them. I mean, come on. It's just one of those things. But anyway, it sounds like a cool job. And if anybody has a little bit of free time and just loves cannabis, by all means, give these people a shout. Let's see if we can find somebody in the stoner community that we actually know that gets this job. You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. So let's go over to Germany then. Let's take it up here. Triple G, you got this German health minister article.
Oh yeah, with the utmost pleasure. Now at least you got a local German guy who can read all the names.
Yeah, you know, what are you talking about? We pronounce the names perfectly.
I was laughing hard. Trust me, I was laughing hard sometimes when I was listening.
We do the
to
best
recovering.
we can, but we know it's hard.
We mean no offense. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you know
Yeah. I'm just thinking about Florian Fiddler, the fiddler.
It was close. It was...
Not even.
No.
The fiddler, the arch enemy of the weed man. Yeah, he was almost an arch enemy for us. But yeah, let's hop into this story, because it's a little bit of an older story from 19th of March, but it covers the events that have unfolded this Friday pretty well, and a little bit of the prelude to that. Oh, those words. Okay, let's start. German health minister fights to prevent cannabis legalization's indefinite delay.
Can you read who's it by there? Can you read that? Kjeld?
Yeah, by Kjeld Neubert. Okay.
Nice.
Kjeld, vielleicht Kjeld Neubert.
Sounds legit now, don't you think?
Kjeld Neubert. Neubert, ja, natürlich Neubert. Ja, aber Kjeld that's not a German name, not that I know of, but it sounds Nordic. Anyways, let me continue. The bill to legalize cannabis in Germany is in danger of being delayed indefinitely due to significant opposition from the states, but Federal Health Minister Karl Lauterbach is determined not to give up on his flagship initiative. The German cannabis bill will be discussed in the Bundesrat, Parliament's second chamber, on Friday. Yeah, Bundesrat is the second chamber, and it's composed of members of the federal states. So the prime ministers of the federal states are getting together to discuss laws which have been already passed by the Bundestag, which is the first chamber of parliament in Germany. And the law that we are discussing right now has passed the first chamber with 60% majority, 423 to 218 votes, which is a landslide. And in the prelude to the first election, there were a lot of discussions too about members of the government who are not going to vote in favor. So, but it it has been a lot of it got a lot of media coverage, and in the end, it just came down to about 10 guys who said, "Okay, I'm not voting yes, but I'm also not voting no." Okay, and now here for the second chamber. Karl Lauterbach said on Monday that he would be lobbying all week to prevent the bill from being referred to the mediation committee in the Bundesrat this Friday. Negotiations in the mediation committee could drag out the process to the extent that the bill could not be finalized before the next federal election in 2025, effectively killing it. Then we would lose the unique opportunity to reform the failed cannabis policy here. In my view, that would be a triumph for the black market, Lauterbach said. And that is totally right. The law, due to come into force on 1st of April, would allow adults over the age of 18 to possess up to 25 grams of cannabis for personal use and 50 grams which they can store at home. But they're going to be added to the 25 grams that you're carrying around. So you're not allowed to be above 50 in total. So you can carry around 25 grams and have 25 grams at your residence.
That's nowhere near enough.
Yeah. Well, you have to say the opposition was so great that they were saying, okay, now dealer are going to be decriminalized. You can walk around freely with 25 grams. They said this is enough marijuana. Yeah, they use marijuana here too as word. They say it's enough cannabis to make 75 joints. And so he says dealer can now walk around with 75 joints, which they can freely give to anybody, which is it's such an
it's if you are only putting 0.3 gram in your joints in order to get 75 joints out of 25 grams, you've got to stop doing that. That's roll fatter joints. Everybody.
Roll fatter joints. That's what I said. You're just spending too much time rolling. You're just spending too much time rolling. You have to get to the smoking. So I roll 1.5 gram doinks, and I don't know how many could I roll with 25. 18,
that would be like
15?
about 18. Yeah,
would be
17,
less.
18.
Would be less. But I mean, it's not in comparison with how much the amount of alcohol that fits into a 1 liter bottle of vodka, because you could fit 50 shots of vodka. You can just carry that around. 50 shots of vodka. Yeah. Now those 75 joints in 25 grams don't sound that high. Yeah,
sounds like I'm gonna sleep well, you know.
I got both, of course. We have to sleep well.
Sounds like you had some cocaine. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, if you can find it. I don't drink vodka. It's like I don't mind partaking in alcohol, but vodka is a different level of fuckery. I've drank too much of it too many times, so I just don't do it anymore. It's like, no, man, damn, that shit's chemicals. What? Damn.
Good choice. Good choice. I personally stepped down from my alcohol use like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm a German. You can imagine when like I've been downing 10 beers in one sitting one evening, and then like 2 months later I'm like, oh no, I just like a Coke. And not a Coke, but a Coke.
Soda, right?
A soda, yeah, of course. A
pop. Pepsi.
It's either one, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone.
It does sound like the government is a little bit paranoid about people giving cannabis to people, but I mean, come on, if it's yours and it's free and it's legal, you don't have to take it, but you should be able to offer it to a friend.
You should be able, but the law actually prohibits that in the future. You're not allowed to share your own produced cannabis and the cannabis that you bought from the social clubs with anybody, not outside, and actually not inside your house. But
wow, not even inside your own home?
No. Not even inside your own home, but every But they say they have to make those laws so strict because the European Union, they fear some
Everything.
everything there. Yeah,
Everything. I love it.
everything. But hey, you have to thank Olaf Scholz, our chancellor, because the European Union, they asked him, yo, this Ursula von, no, the NATO, I think it was a NATO. They asked him, this Ursula von der Leyen lady, do you like her? Should we take her as NATO general secretary or something? And he was like, I don't think so. And she's a German lady, so that was fun. But yeah, she fucked up a lot. I don't even want to talk about politicians anymore right now. I think we better just hop back into the article. What do you say?
Let's
Let's
do it.
do
Let's
it.
do it. Stop
Let's
talking
do it.
politics, man. Jesus.
Avoid politics.
Okay, now let's talk about this article about politics. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
No,
Man,
now
that
back to
works.
this article about the German government. You know?
different politics. Yeah, different politics. Politics which we like. Yeah. Not politicians which we like. Okay, some of them who are fighting for legalization, they are really cool. And yeah, we're actually thinking, the community is thinking about naming some cultivars and some varietals of cannabis after them, just for fun, just for shits and giggles right now. I don't know if much comes from it, but yeah, hopefully some of them, they would really, especially the one judge, Richter Müller, he would really have earned the right to bear name patronage for a very, very awesome cultivar, awesome varietal. You see, I try not to say strain because a strain is reserved for bacteria, you know. And here in Germany, we actually have a very, very beautiful word which we use for varietal: Sorte. Ganz einfach, Sorte, very easy, Sorte, Cannabis Sorte. It sounds a little bit like strain, but it's actually correct because you use Sorte for, it's varietal in German. So, and everybody says Sorte here, so I don't even like to start with strain. And yeah.
Then you sort them.
Then I Sorte should, yeah.
Yeah.
Eine neue Sorte. Eine neue
Yeah,
Sorte, yeah.
Sorted.
Okay, and now really back again to the article. For both the Greens and the Liberals, FDP Renew, yeah, the Liberals, the FDP, the legalization of cannabis was a key campaign promise. As a result, the ambitious bill was made a priority when the three-party coalition, SPD, Greens, and FDP, took office. Now the bill is being threatened by the opposition on the state level. Although the bill does not need to be approved by the Bundesrat, the states represented there, sorry, the states represented there could call for a mediation committee to find common ground between the two legislative bodies, the Bundestag and the Bundesrat. Like I said earlier, Bundestag already passed this law. Conservative federal states led by the largest opposition party, CDU, such as Saxony and Bavaria, are planning to call this committee in. My aim is to ensure that this law never comes out of the conciliation committee again, Saxony's Prime Minister Michael Kretschmer wrote on X on Saturday. And this sentence of his is the prime example of the blatant, undemocratic behavior that the opposition is showing here in the cannabis law, in the fight to get this cannabis law. Really, they are fighting like small children that don't want to go to bed. No, I don't want to sleep. No, cannabis should be illegal. And the children, think about the children.
Yeah.
And they use it's always about the children. We know.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
about it 'cause we
politicians
do
think about the children a bit too much in my eyes. But
No, actually, they don't think about them enough. Is the problem? you
No,
know?
no, Epstein's gone. They don't do it anymore, Billy.
Yeah, they use children too
Yeah.
much to further their own gains. Children, they're just such a pressure point in the mind of the populace that if children are in danger, you can make everything go to jail, everybody go to jail. It's also with the LGBTQ community. Like 50 years ago, it was illegal in Germany too to be homosexual. You could go to jail, and all their arguments against it was like, if we allow homosexuality, our children are going to be homosexuals too, and it's going to corrupt their souls. But
Oh,
this
geez.
just, yeah. Thanks a lot. We have passed those times, and in Germany, homosexuals are allowed to even marry in front of the law. Yeah.
Yeah, times have
Um,
changed a lot, man.
they're changing hard. And yeah, this is the blatant undemocratic behavior of the opposition party here. Saxony's Prime Minister Michael Kretschmer, he's a member of the CDU, and they have been shooting against this law a lot. And they say, we want to ask judges and lawyers if we maybe can go to court so that this law is not coming. They and here, this conciliation committee, before we said mediation committee. So a mediation is a constructive conversation between two parties to build a better conforming compromise that both parties are happy with. And but here, my aim is to ensure that this law never comes out of the conciliation committee again. With these words, he clearly stated his wish to misuse state institutions, which have been the Bundesrat and the conciliation committee is part of the Manifesto of Germany, das Grundgesetz. Those are rules which have been put in place after Nazi regime in Germany to prevent, to prohibit any other party of taking equal amount of power. And this conciliation committee is a key factor of ensuring that not just because one coalition has won a great vote, they can now rule supreme. No, the federal states, they also have rights to express their wishes, and this conciliation committee is a pillar of our democracy. And here Saxony's Prime Minister is showing really to which extent the mental gymnastics of prohibitionists can go to misuse, to rape the democracy, our constitutions, to undermine a law, to blockade a law which has been passed by 2/3 majority, which has been worked on since 2 years. We have been wanting this law for 2 years now, and there has been more than enough time. And this is also the issue from before even the first the Bundestag passed the law, even before the first vote in the first chamber of parliament, was the issue that, a lot of people said, we have to change things, we didn't talk enough, we have to do this, we have to do that. But there has been more than enough time to admit to changes and to give your own opinion. The whole discussion, the whole media outrage from even party members of SPD who liked, who really wanted to decriminalize consumers, it was unheard of, basically, in German laws. It's like a Trumpization of politics.
So, do you think it's going to pass? It's going to be legalized on the 1st of April, right? There's nothing to stop it now.
Yeah, right now, this article, like I said, is from the 19th of March. And right now, on Friday, that is also the reason why I'm here today. On Friday, we passed the law in Bundesrat. The Bundesrat was deciding if they would like this conciliation committee, which the opposition wanted to misuse to blockade. And actually, I was really giving him shade, Michael Kretschmer. But to be totally honest, this guy, this sentence of that guy was the last straw to push the government parties who are in coalitions with the opposition party and the federal states. You see, the federal states, they don't have the same coalition like the government. You see, they are a wide mix of green, red, and black, maybe, or red and black, so SPD, CDU, or Greens and black, like Baden-Württemberg. And the Greens, they have in their core party manifesto, they have the legalization of cannabis. Since the 40 years that they are in active politic duty, they are fighting for legalization. But one federal coalition with the Greens was actually pushing for this conciliation committee, for this mediation committee. And this was, everybody thought here in the community that this was not possible. We thought, okay, yeah, the SPD, some of them, they would like the justice system not to be over encumbered because they have to give people their freedom back. You know, this was another argument of the justice ministers. No, we cannot legalize for 1st of April because it's too short. And this is what also James said in his thread on Percys Grow Room, which is very detailed. And if you would like to really read into the into all the details, I would really suggest you go to this thread, because he has put it also in a very nice timeline. And he also gives arguments and shows how easy it is to destroy the arguments of the opposition, because the justice ministers, they said, we couldn't it was not sure that cannabis is going to be legalized, so we didn't even check. So that was the first thing. And then, okay, it passed. And then everybody said, oh, now we have to check. And it's so many cases and we're not even digitalized. You see, since 10 years, the justice system has got the order to be digitalized. So now if they would have finished that, now they could have a system, an AI, or maybe just a mask, a search mask. They type in, okay, cases with cannabis. They see all the cases with cannabis, and then they just have to work with them. Now they have to look through paper in the archive. They have to look through paper archives to manually find they said it's going to be 270,000 cases that they have to manually rework. Yeah. Wow. And up to the 1st of April, starting from now, they're reworking and they're setting people free. And this was one of the main arguments. We're going to be so bogged down in work of this stupid cannabis law. It's better just to leave the people who are locked up, leave them locked up, even if their crimes, they would be technically legal right now. Fuck amnesty, fuck human rights. You know, that is what they basically said. It's too much work for us. You see? Geez. And this is
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it? It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Like, that's somebody's life, you know.
Exactly. And I just watched a YouTube video today where they interviewed a guy like 2-3 weeks ago who said, "Oh, hopefully
how many weeks?
To pass."
Oh,
yeah, you slid in that number 3. It's like 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, damn, you're so close.
2 weeks.
Exactly.
There you go, motherfucker.
Okay, they interviewed him a couple of weeks ago.
That's how you do it. 14
Yeah,
days
nice,
ago.
And
nice skirt.
this poor boy, he was totally anxious. He has been to jail one time already for cannabis, and now he got out. He got a job. He got a place to stay. He's got rent down. He has a foot in life now. But they caught him again with 3 grams of cannabis, and now they say he should go back to jail. And he's like anxious because he got a foot into his new life again, and now they're going to take it all away from him and throw him back
just for
to jail.
cannabis, man. It's unreal.
Just for cannabis.
It's some fucking back with all that to suffer for such a long time. But it's good to see Germany, taking the steps forward, man. I think it might be the first domino to fall and make Europe do the rest of the thing. Right. I just want to say there to Phil me bowls in the chat. I just had another piece of that licorice, bro. I had to fight with it, but I did manage to actually eat it and not spit it out this time.
Okay, good.
It was bad. It was bad still, but there was a slight aftertaste of the actual blackjack licorice that I enjoy. But it was, I think it's just so intense at the start. But
I was able to finish the pretzel that I had. So I'm done with my taste test. I was successful, and then I would say somewhat enjoyed it. Somewhat.
Yeah, I don't know about enjoyed it. I'm gonna have another one before the show finishes.
It's
you might have heard me a few
more-ish,
minutes
though.
ago
No.
be like, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me fighting with it, all right?
Yeah.
But
Before
yeah,
we move
it was,
on, I
okay.
got a couple questions for Triple G. Basically, a couple things that I don't understand. Maybe you could clarify for me. I know that the possession ban, the consumption ban is still on minors. What age is considered minor in Germany?
In Germany, the legal age is 18.
Okay,
You are able to consume cannabis starting from 18 years up to you die.
Okay.
But they have some groupings, because they say, which is also, it makes sense, but it's also some prohibitionist bullshit. If you give your people enough details and give them all the information, they can make the best decision for themselves. But now, because young brains, they say, are in development, and you cannot, although it's legal at age of 18 to buy a bottle of vodka, you are not allowed to buy cannabis that has more than 10% THC content. So from ages 21 to 18 to 21, you're only allowed to buy 30 grams per month, and only up to only cannabis flowers and hash, but I wonder which hash only has 10%.
Bad hash.
Bad hash, or hash from a very terpy flower.
True.
Yeah.
CBD hash.
Or CBD hash, yeah.
And then the next question I had about the new law coming in is consumption. Do you have to be consuming in private, or can you consume in public spaces?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. Consumption is legal in public spaces, but there are some restrictions.
Okay.
You have to, first of all, in the pedestrian zones inside of the cities, it is not allowed to smoke from the time of 7 o'clock in the morning up to 8 in the evening.
Okay.
So there was actually a funny sketch here from a German news magazine that showed German pedestrian zones are going to totally change. Then, okay, the clock is changing, dong, 8 o'clock, everybody packs out their bongs, joints, vaporizers, and smokes everything full. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Everywhere. It was a funny sketch. And yeah, you're not allowed to smoke between 7 to 8. And also when you're 100 meters near to a cannabis social club, a place where a cannabis social club is growing cannabis, or a school, or a playground for children, or I don't know if a public yard is also prohibited, but I don't think so. It's just a playground. I
Right.
think you can go to the park. If it's far enough from the playground, then you're not bothering anybody. And yeah, and especially there's one addition now that they added to those 100 meters that have to be away from schools, places where children are, is that you have to see the place. So if it's around the corner and you can't see, okay, that there's the entrance of a school, but okay, if it's a big school and you see, okay, this whole building is a school, then you have to go 100 meters away from the big. You see, it's a school there. You know,
Mhm, yeah.
you have to see that there is something which you are not allowed to smoke next to. It's also not allowed to smoke while children are close by to you in the near vicinity. So yeah, you have to maybe walk 20 meters away when there are children close by to you. But honestly, which stoner purposefully lights a joint and then just stands right next to a group of children?
Very few.
Everybody, very few, if any at little, and those who are doing it, probably they're just so high they don't even notice that there are children around.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, that would be bad also, you see.
Mhm.
But people usually don't get that high, you know, it's just, I like to exaggerate.
Right,
Well,
we should move on
the-
because we've been on this
Yeah.
article for a while now. We haven't even had an article from Billy yet, and we're an hour through. And Billy's probably rubbing his thighs, getting
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
go. Is he asleep? Are you there, Billy? You there?
Yeah, just
Y-
finished rubbing the thigh. Good.
Yeah, man.
Still
So
there.
we're
Good.
gonna come back to some Germany stuff in a minute, though. We're gonna get this article done by Billy, and then we're gonna see what's going on over over on the thread on Percy's, the one James
Yeah.
been doing. Interesting shit. What are you saying, Billy? What's going on?
Yeah, well, this is a New York article, basically from ABC News. It's about the New York to probe sputtering legal cannabis program as the storefront lag and the black market boom. So New York will evaluate its troubled recreational marijuana or cannabis licensing program as lawsuits and bureaucratic stumbles have severely hampered the legal market and black market, and all the sellers have just flourished, all the black market sales. So it seems that they've got regulation wrong in New York.
They're having
And
hard time getting we call retail licenses issued out there. So yeah.
yeah, that's what the article goes on to say about really is like New York will evaluate its troubled recreational cannabis licensing program after lawsuits and bureaucratic stumbles severely hampered the legal market, allowing black market sellers to flourish again, which is a statement by Governor Kathy, is that Hochul? Hochul?
Yeah, Hochul maybe.
Cool. Yeah.
Hochul, like
Maybe them.
CH.
Yeah. So you know what these Americans like their strange last names.
Well, we have names from all over the world in this
Yeah,
country.
so I mean, yeah, and you pronounce them all wrong.
Matter of
Anyway,
opinion, Billy. Yeah.
yeah, the review will focus on ways the state can speed up its licensing processing times and allow businesses to open faster, as well as a top-down assessment of the Office of Cannabis Management Structure and Systems. So basically, what it seems is that all these licensing, they can't get them through the door quick enough because there's just so many. And
Wow.
it's also described the state's recreational cannabis rollout as a disaster. Just over 80 legal shops have opened since the sales began at the end of 2022. And this is like article from last week. Like so, but that's like over a whole year, calendar year, and
Mhm.
like they've only done 80. So
In the
that's
entire state,
disgraceful. Yeah,
not just the
yeah.
Metro New York City area. That's just the entire state of New York.
So
Crazy.
Damn.
that's looking like one a week maybe since they've done it. If you talk like
Yeah.
52 weeks, and then you still got like the lead to 88 many. Like
Pretty
that's
easy
just
to see why the black
2022.
market's thriving, then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like no wonder, man. How many people are actually in New York? Like, but New York stunk of weed before the laws changed.
And now
But
you
that's
can
what
walk down
everyone
the
used to.
street smoking it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what people used to say. So it's like, boy, so since then, like it says, the state legislation laws we've reserved the first rounds of retail licenses so that all the non-profit people and people with prior cannabis convictions. Is also set up a £200 million social equity fund, which was meant to help applicants open up shops and all of that stuff. and everyone who was harmed by the wars on drugs beforehand. So all the cultures who are like the Mexicans and the black culture across New York, I suppose, have been desecrated. It's like, well, here's a chance. Here's 200 million to set your shit up. Go and do it. And it's like everyone's applied, and they've just not obviously got not enough the staff to do it. It goes on to say down here, man. It's like in the meantime, ice licensed storefronts have opened up all over the state, especially actually in New York City as well. Sort of like so, the program is becoming so pronounced that last month she asked such online entities like Google to stop listing these places online because they're all illegal. Like they haven't got a license. And
Like
Google,
it.
like, yeah, man, like, yeah, we're registered businesses and try because I suppose they just can't get the police to go there and shut them down either because it's really like it's not the police that do it. It'd be like council people, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
state
It's
regulators.
not a
So
criminal
not,
case; it's a civil
it's
case or
not a
something.
criminal
Yeah.
case. It's civil now, so they haven't got the civil service to apply all the regulations and then go and shut these places down. Still, the state regulators have had trouble dealing with the overwhelming volume of applications. The Office of Cannabis Management has just 32 people reviewing its license applications. It's like, what?
Wow.
And there's received about 7,000 applications since last fall. So
Why
32
does it take them
people.
so long, man? I
Uh,
mean, there's
see,
32 people is a decent sized team. Why have they only managed? How have only
well, it's
32
not.
people pushed out only 80 licenses in a year?
Yeah, that's like not even free each. Like,
Like
it's not
it's like one
one
and a
every
half a
4 months.
week.
One every 4 months per person. Like,
This
we're
doesn't add
talking,
up.
yeah,
No.
just yeah. They just don't want to do it. Why would they not employ 7,000 people just
Yeah,
like that? It's tax money, isn't it? So it's
especially
not
at the
like it's
start of
gonna.
things. Get more
You'd want
people
it,
in,
yeah,
and then when it gets quieter, you can let people go.
yeah, exactly.
Surely that would be more efficient. But yeah,
It's just the numbers just don't add up, do they? It's like again, the article goes on. The assessment of the program was also announced after days that the top official at the cannabis agency was put on administrative leave following a report from the New York Cannabis Insider. Yeah, it's just like just saying that they're useless. It's like
yeah.
again,
Well, we're not surprised though, really, are we? Is there any kind of
yeah,
government entity that in any country nowadays that like does its job properly?
yeah. They say that the agency is selectively enforcing rules and things, and the state's review will be embedded or embed Jeanette Moyer, the commissioner to the Office of General Services, and other state governors officials in the Cannabis Management Agency for the last 30 days. The group will also come up with plans to improve how the agency functions and set performance metrics moving forward according to like just employ another 420 people. There you go. Then
Mm-hmm.
it's like boy, it's just throw a bit of money at it and some people and then it get done, won't it?
Yeah.
7,000 applications. It's to me it just means
There's
they've not bothered.
yeah, they obviously got a bunch of red tape here because then, like you said, it seems pretty easy to us. You just
Mm.
Yeah.
get some
Yeah.
applications out, do it.
Yeah,
But
you just got to employ a lot of people to put stuff into a database and sift through it all. It's just numbers, crunching
But
numbers,
still,
isn't it?
how much information needs to go into the database? There's 32 people working on it. It just like how long does it fucking take? Because people have made the application. What do? You review the application? I don't know, man. It just seems like people are doing the.
I
It's
think the
like
application's probably really long and really long-winded, stupid questions.
yeah,
They've got
yeah.
maybe got to do a lot of search history. Okay, we got to get are these people actually the people?
Mm.
Is this their
You
ID?
gotta check
Have
out
they
their
been
fucking
to
criminal
prison?
history.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that crap.
Fuck.
If you got me going on, so one, it's
Yeah,
like to me, it's like well, then you just need to get to a big team. So then,
yeah.
like yeah, like lawyers do, you have people, all the lackeys
Mm.
working for you, all the
yeah, I don't
all
know
the
about this. It
slaves
sounds
of the
like New
business.
York has got way too much red tape in their licensing
Yeah, a lot
process.
of
Yeah.
bureaucracy by the sound of it.
And that's what they're saying here. It's just the bureaucracy levels are just so high. It's just collapsing on itself, and
Yeah, I
they've
mean,
now
cannabis is out there in the community. It was there before it went legal. So yeah, this is just a black market looking at an opportunity,
but
unfortunately.
you're literally 2 calendar years later now because
Yeah.
the change start end of 2022. So it's like we'll soon be at the end of 2024, and not much will have changed. And I wonder why the black market
Yeah.
in New York is just
Mm-hmm.
taken
30,
over completely.
32 cannabis dispensaries in the entire state. I guarantee you they probably got that many in a 4-block radius in Portland.
They should just
Crazy,
issue
yeah.
everyone
Mhm.
who's applied for a license, just give them the license and then go and review them as you go.
You know, and if they break any rules, then hold them responsible when they break the
Yeah.
fucking rules, man. Come on.
The community
Jesus.
hold them to account as well. So
You know what they need to do? They just need to put us in charge, man, because we know exactly what the fuck we're doing, right?
That's what I always think. Yeah,
Yeah.
just put us in charge.
just
the
let
weed
us do it.
nerds. Yeah, the
Jesus.
weed
Yeah.
guys.
but just looking at this, everyone knows, even with Mac in charge, the professionalism would still go up, and that is saying something there. We all know
Exactly.
that. don't we?
Exactly. You
That's
know, we
how
would
bad
fucking
it
smash
is.
it. We'd all wear ties, suit and
Mhm.
shirt and tie in there, and got
What?
Wear a
cufflinks on.
tie.
You know, fucking hell,
You can see me in
professional as fuck.
But
the
I would
greenhouse
still,
cultivating and coat and tie. Yeah, right.
I'll have a desk with coasters on it for you mug when you're drinking your coffee.
I still have to wear the tie-dye shirt under all of this. You'll never get the hippie out of me.
You know what I mean?
Unless
And then
you
you
got
get the
tie-dye
smell of
suits.
weed, and it's like
I've-
Superman. You start running down the street, ripping open your shirt. Yeah.
Well, I know I'd still have my socks on no matter what.
Oh shit! Yes, so interesting shit going on in New
Yeah,
York.
that-
there. Yeah, man. Nice one, Billy.
Yeah, bureaucracy again as normal
Mm-hmm.
in the day.
It's always a big problem.
I don't want to be like, hey, Germany again, but I think we are going to face similar problems soon with the
Mm-hmm.
licensing of our cannabis social clubs, since it's going to be up to the federal states to really make the laws, the rules that those clubs have to abide by. And yeah, I'm in Bavaria and they don't like cannabis. Yeah, so they're going to make it as hard as possible to avoid sparing here uh, to get a license.
Yeah,
Just
man,
make it legal and make it impossible to actually use the law.
Yeah, a lot of times. But home grow is going to be put in place on 1st of April. That is no discussion. So
You've
who's
actually got this
capable?
bit here on Percy's.
Yeah.
Monkey's going to cover that. It gives us a quick rundown, which James is reading
Yeah.
out nice and brief here. So we can,
Yeah, James
Sweet.
he's done a real good job of just maybe condensing the main points of the law. You're going to know way more details than we know on it. But basically, you said it goes into it was approved on March 22nd, 2024. Legal possession is 25 grams of cannabis and up to 50 grams of cannabis when you're within your own home. You can grow 3 plants in your own home, and it's legal. Now, the question I got on that one, this is just crazy. We've seen this
3
so
plants,
many
50
times.
grams.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to throw 2.5 plants away.
yeah.
That's just crazy.
That's it. 2.5 of the plants out of 3 are gonna
Right.
get thrown away.
And
Can't
I'm
keep
not
this.
allowed, and I'm not allowed to give it away. So this just doesn't make any sense to me. But again, this is what happens when you have politicians writing laws that don't understand.
Mhm.
Exactly. And the thing is not that the politicians, they don't understand. A lot of them, they are very aware that as a home grower, you're very much capable of getting more than 50 grams from 3 plants. But first of all, this amount scales with the amount of people who are living in your room. This is the legal amount in your house. This is the legal amount for just one person. If you're growing with your wife together, or just if she lives at your home and maybe you're taking care of your grandma, or your parents live close by or with you together, they have to live with you together. Maybe it's a multi-generational house. Then for each one of those people, you can stash away 50 grams of cannabis, and you can grow 3 full adult plants.
My question is would you be allowed to grow for a child that uses it medically?
Ooh, that's a good one.
No, that would depend, but generally no, since the medical system in Germany is a bit separate, and they don't like to mix the recreational cannabis with the medical cannabis. Although we all know the homegrown is first of all better than the medical, and second of all, it's the same constituents inside the flowers, so it's the same compounds, and there's literally almost no difference unless the quality. Wink, wink. But in Germany, they are differentiating between recreational and medical use, and just by law.
Yeah,
And
I understand because
so
Farm Mafia don't want you to they want their
exactly,
people to
yeah,
high.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And also they argue that the doctor, you make your cannabinopathic medicine, your cannabinopathic therapy together with your doctor, so he should be the one describing the cannabis, and he should also be the only one describing the cannabis. So it's also a bit of an issue for patients to become part of a cannabis social club or to even grow their own at home, because they have to be situated, or they have to get used to the exact amount which is aiding and helping their illnesses. And if they use cannabis recreationally, the tolerance shifts. And so this is the argumentation why they say they are not able to grow recreationally or buy recreationally, is that tolerance shifts, and they are not, the medicine is not going to be as effective, and also the doctor is losing insight into the medicine that the patient is taking. And those are all valuable points, but yeah,
But all bullshit because we
but
know
all
it's
bullshit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just talk to your doctor about your recreational use, or I don't know, it's your body, your choice. But that's it.
I agree
So
with that.
It's individual freedom, man. It's just shocking that for this amount of time we've had these fucking laws telling an adult what they can and can't do with their own body when it has zero effect on anybody else. You know,
Right.
and it's an absolute joke that this has been going on for so long. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
According to what James wrote in the article, his post at Percy's, though, it says growing associations, instead of buying and selling, it said the purchase of and sale of cannabis remains completely illegal in Germany. Now, I see what they're doing here. That they're trying to make it harder for people to actually access the material, but there are certain people and certain abilities that just don't have the physical ability to actually grow their own. And it seems like what I'm reading here is that even if you're a part of one of these growing associations, you still have to participate in the cultivation of the cannabis. So you're
yeah.
actually, you're eliminating people with certain disabilities. They're just not going to be able to access this material.
Well, that is what is in the law.
Right. Yeah.
I say.
And
And
I understand that the law versus reality. I understand. Yeah.
yeah, and there are a lot of loopholes that we can get around, and that we will have to get around. And the participation in the cultivation of the plants is something that everybody is thinking about, and in the end is going to be something that the federal states are going to control, and are going to say, okay, they have to give this and this much of participation, or you have to say your members have to commit this and this much of participation, and you have to put it in your manifesto of your cultivation club. I guess this would be yeah. And then this just for the rules, because they say there has to be some sort of participation, and then for the special rules is for federal, which can be different from place to place too. And to be honest, to participate is maybe harvesting. And people with disabilities here in Germany, we
Maybe just
But
packaging up the harvest kit
talking about
would be,
something is participation, though. You could just
for
talk.
them, talking is enough participation. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
This is it
Yeah.
takes all their, in some cases, all of their energy. Yeah, yeah.
just splitting up the harvest. I guess you could find a job that somebody could do to let them qualify
Yeah.
if the club was really
The
into
tester. Yeah, you got to test it, mate.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Towley.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
be Towley.
You get paid 70,000 a year for that. I've
There
seen.
you go, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this would be not possible, 70,000 a year, because that would mean that you're earning more than 538 euros per month. And if you are actively participating in any grow activities, or I think actually in any activities pertaining to the club life, that the club is alive, that it's working. If you're butt tending there, if you're trimming, you're only allowed to work a mini job. Means you're only allowed to work as many hours per month that you are
Who
earning
the fuck
maximum
come up with that rule?
538.
Who just
Part-time.
like, randomly sat there and thought, "Oh, we need to do this."
This
What
is
the fuck
this has
is
got
that?
this has got German detail to it. This law is like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It has,
that's right.
it has. And Mackie,
Damn.
I will give you one chance of guessing why they have put it there. One chance. It has to do
put-
something.
To the thinking of the children.
Okay, good guess, but no. The other guess which I would have got for you was European Union.
Oh,
That
right,
would have
right.
been also an easy guess for you, but you chose children, which was the
Yeah, I'm trying to
low-hanging
forget
fruit.
about them. Now we're not involved
Yeah.
in that shit, you know.
No, yeah, exactly. No, it's because of the European Union. Because if you pay people who are growing more, you're contributing, or if you're putting it in the law that it is allowed to earn a living with the production of otherwise EU illegal drugs, then you
Damn.
are allowing a black market or a lifestyle on drugs or some bull,
Yeah.
There's
some
so
odd
much
about
bull.
this.
Sounds
Exactly.
like you need to get away from that European Union court shit as well. But I wouldn't say Brexit was a good idea. But you know,
It's not. And trust me, Germany, we have a party who says let's go out of the European Union. But honestly,
Mhm.
we are profiting so much off of you.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
just laugh to myself. We are getting cheap labor from the countries which are around us and selling high value goods to everybody else. So yeah, we're basically getting the best of everything,
Yeah.
and then we're even complaining. So
And you're getting legal weed. Damn.
and we're getting legal weed. But like you said, Czech Republic, the other EU states are looking to copy our law, and the Czech Republic really seems to be the next on the list to get social clubs the same like Germany.
Yeah.
Actually, they try to take the same law exactly. They see if the EU is accepting it without punishing or without judging, without going to court, and
Is it the UN
yeah.
that has that treaty that any member of the United Nations are not allowed to have legal recreational cannabis, so that it's against the treaty.
Yeah,
Right.
and in compliance with this UN treaty, the EU has its own separate Schengen treaty, which the Schengen states have separately signed, which also prohibits the sale and production of cannabis and for recreational or illegal purposes, or for the EU illegal purposes, which is now in Germany legal. But laws and states and
Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. You know, see what other states do. It's going to happen. But we should move on because we are running long on this episode. We still have three. Sorry, my mic's moving. Yeah, we got 3 news articles left to go through here, and I just want to quickly get through this one from the UK.
sure.
That is, man admits fatal stabbing in cannabis farm raid. So this is happening a lot in the UK. All this stabbing and all this crime, all this gang warfare. It's fucking crazy, man. A man who was acting as a lookout for a cannabis factory raid has admitted stabbing an onlooker to death. The sentence barely makes any fucking sense. But
Yeah.
Jatmer Permaj, 33, died after a fight broke out in Harrow Street, Wolverhampton, at about 5 a.m. GMT on the 27th of July last year, police said. A second man in his 20s was also stabbed and taken to hospital with serious injuries. Lucius Winchester, 25, of Barnwood Road, Quinton, was jailed for 15 years at Wolverhampton Crown Court on Tuesday. Winchester has been armed with knives. Winchester had been armed with knives as he stood guard while a group tried to burgle a nearby cannabis factory, West Midlands police said. The victim and his friend pulled up in a car, challenged, and then chased after Winchester as he tried to flee on foot. A brawl started and Mr. Petmaj was fatally injured. Winchester casually walked back to the car and fled, police said. He was identified after the force found 3 of his knives were left in the area, and police officers arrested him 2 days later. Winchester admitted charges of manslaughter, unlawful wounding, and aggravated burglary at a previous hearing. In tribute to Mr. Permaj's family, said Jetmir was a beloved son, brother, and partner. He was deeply loved and will be sorely missed by the entire family and friends. So here we just again we reported on something similar to this last week. If cannabis wasn't illegal in this country, this shit wouldn't be happening. Another mindless fucking act of violence, man, which can easily be stopped with proper regulation and reform. It's just fucking stupidness, man. You know, they were going there to rob a fucking cannabis factory because there's money in it. You know, because they could just sell it on the legacy market. It's if it was nobody's trying to raid that big greenhouse to have in Norfolk and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know the one we reported on a few weeks ago where they were legally growing 100,000 plants or something. Nobody's raiding that, because it's illegal fucking premises. You know, nobody's being stabbed outside of there because it's illegal premises. And we need to do the same thing. Well, we can't legalize all the grows in fucking old warehouses and shit, but if we make it a legitimate business, these things wouldn't exist. Well, less of them would. I think there would still be some because, you know, there's too much bureaucracy and the laws are a bit shit. So the legacy market does seem to thrive sometimes when it's legalized still, but you know, it's just sad to see this kind of shit happening. I would say week to week, but this is a day-to-day thing right now in the UK. It seems like every day you're seeing some crazy shit like this happening. Madness. Legalize, for fuck's sake.
Damn right.
Yeah. Well, you got anything to say about this one, Billy? Because this is in the UK, and you're from the UK, right?
Just same as you, Mackie. We know it's just happening every day now, and this is becoming like a big issue in the UK with the cartels and growing weed and people robbing each other for it, and it's such an issue that I think people don't really realise it's such an issue. It's like an untalked about thing because we've got so many other issues in the UK. This is just swept under the carpet. It's like ignored. It's an ignored stabbing.
Yeah. So again. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's for me and you. It's just standard. It's like it goes over our head. It just doesn't mean anything anymore. It's like, oh yeah, that's normal. Surprised there wasn't.
Shocking, man.
Yeah, it's just shocking.
And you know, and the last time we reported on something like this, I said this will be happening again tomorrow, the next day. It's going to carry on until the government, who is supposed to be there to protect us and do the best for society, does the right thing and legalizes cannabis and regulates it properly. It's just a no-brainer, man. And the longer they take, the more lives are going to be lost, man. And each one of them could have been prevented. It's absolutely shocking. But fuckery. Bro, we have another one. We got one, studies show Colorado cannabis. Yeah, this one. That one's your one, right, Monkey?
Yeah, it's a long story, but we'll go over quickly on it. So study shows Colorado cannabis products are overstating THC potency with researchers citing possible lab fraud. Now, this article is by Anna Schwab of the University of Colorado Boulder, and her quote is approximately 70%.
She's been on the show.
Yeah, approximately 70% of the labels reporting THC percentages more than 15% higher than what was quantified through the lab. So, geez, 15% is awful high. Can you imagine buying cannabis flower thinking you're getting 25 and you get 10?
Yeah, you're gonna get psychosis from stuff that powerful.
I don't know about that now.
Makes you want to kill your date.
Yeah.
After just 2 bong hits or something.
You know, do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, of course I do. Oh man.
You know, known this crazy chick for 3 days and then... Oh shit. Anyway,
might want to trim yourself with some scissors like that other dude years back.
this is a great time to
don't
mention
go
our
there.
sponsor, Manscaped.
All right, let's go back to the story. We're running long. Cannabis flower sold in Colorado claims too much more. Boy, I am tongue tied as can be. Let's try it again. Cannabis flower sold in Colorado claims to contain much more tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, than it actually does, according to, and it says my findings, this would be the findings published in the peer-reviewed journal PLOS ONE. THC is a psychoactive compound that is derived from cannabis flowers, commonly referred to as bud, is heated through smoking or cooking. Now, that's not actually right. THC is not derived, it is just released. So, geez, these people aren't even writing the story correctly. Accurate THC reporting is the linchpin for medical patients, recreational consumers, and the overall integrity of the cannabis industry. Medical and recreational flower is generally the same. The difference is testing requirements, prices, taxes, and purchase limits. Misleading potency information can disrupt medical dosage, misguide recreational users, and erode trust in an industry striving for legitimacy. Consumers often associate higher THC levels in cannabis flowers with superior quality, potentially leading to overpayment for products that may not meet their expectations. This misconception can also create incentives for cultivators, testing labs, and dispensaries to generate higher THC numbers, whether through cultivation techniques or through testing fraud. Now, you guys all know that, I mean, come on. THC numbers are not the mark of quality cannabis. If any stoner will tell you that homegrown is all about the terpenes, man. It's got to be the terpenes.
Amen.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's just that you go into dispensaries a lot of times and you can see people who are just going in there. First question is, what's the highest THC number you got on the shelf? And these are the people that are falling into the trap. They don't get the good stuff. So additional testing for toxins, pesticides, and total yeast and mold can also fall victim to falsification. Recent reports reveal instances where labs in New York and other states have passed products that should have failed. This casts doubts on the credibility of the broader testing process in place. So how the work was done. I gathered a total of 23 cannabis flowers from 10 dispensaries across northern Colorado Front Range, including Denver, Fort Collins, and Garden City. The samples encompassed 12 strains, including indica, sativa, and hybrid types, and varied in reported THC values. Some had ranges such as 12.8 to 19.3% on the lower end and 28.07 to 31.28% on the higher end, while others had single values like 16.4 or 17.4%. I sent the samples to a third-party testing lab that does high-performance liquid chromatography, or HPLC. It's a method to separate and identify and quantify components in a mixture based upon their chemical properties.
Does that essentially just mean they smoked it?
Actually, they burned it, I think.
Yeah,
Liquid.
They burned it and inhaled the fumes.
No, flame chromatography, liquid chromatography. You're gonna have to dissolve it and probably look at light as lasers probably as it passes through it or something like that. But yeah, that would be a better. That's how Tolly would do it. Quantify it. There's good shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's the way we do it. It is the most commonly used method in cannabis testing to analyze cannabinoids and detect contaminants. And this can ensure products' potency, safety, and quality. Approximately 70% of the labels reported THC percentages that were more than 15% higher than was actually quantified through the lab. Among the 23 flower samples analyzed, 18 displayed lower THC levels than reported, with 16 falling 15% below the stated values, 13 falling 30% of the reported values, and 3 samples falling below half of the reported THC values. Notably, one of the samples had slightly higher THC than reported. 4 were within the reported range. Now, you guys are home growers. We all grow cannabis, and I will tell you that I know that my top colas are more potent than my bottom colas. So does any of this stuff surprise you guys, that different buds test a little bit different, and that we can't put a number on a plant?
Yeah.
It's just,
That's just the way it is, yeah.
It is the way it is. I mean, sometimes you get the fire buds, and sometimes you get okay bud.
Unless you do a good scrog.
Well, I'd say even in the scrog, you're going to have some variants. That stuff that's way up there at the top and it's getting the full light and the full part of everything just always seems to be the best part of the plant, in my opinion, at least. Okay, the observed disparity was not due to aging. When THC ages, it degrades and turns into cannabidiol or CBD or CBN. CBN was not found in measurable amounts in any of the samples. However, further testing indicated stable THC levels over time. What still isn't known. A fundamental query looms large. With advancements in cultivation techniques, including lighting, nutrient, and selective breeding, the potency of cannabis flower genuinely has surged over the past 15 years. THC levels averaged 9.75% back in 2009, based upon testing of DEA-sized cannabis flowers. Today, levels reported surpassed 35%, though they are not as common as consumers have been led to believe. DEAC's cannabis flowers averaged 13.88% in 2019, which is closer to my observed means of 14.98, rather than the reported means of any of the samples, which was 20.27% to 24.10%. Now, every
What
time I
about
go into this,
CIA weed?
let's see, what about the CIA weed?
Yeah,
Don't
man.
know.
That's DEAC's weed. I want to know about that CIA weed.
Well, the DEAC's weed is the stuff that's probably coming from better growers, so it's probably better than the CIA weed that's growing in northern Mississippi and the greenhouses there. But yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
not
always
surprised.
been amazed. Every time you go to a
this.
seed catalog, you see, I mean, I've seen strains advertised in there up to like 35 point something percent THC, and you got to ask yourself a question: these numbers are sounding a little bit too good to be true. You know, and I don't even look at those numbers, to be honest with you.
Same.
I'm looking at cultivars. I want to know what it tastes like. I want to see, you know, the reviews of the plant are. I don't care what the number you're going to tell me, because it's not going to be the same with what I'm going to grow.
Yeah,
I'm going to grow my weed.
Same.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, you got to look at them flavors, man. Fuck the THC level, because it's like whatever. They just started exaggerating them a long time ago, and they just continue to exaggerate on exaggerated numbers. I'm happy with a weed that's fucking 10%, whatever, man. As long as it fucking tastes good. You know, you can smoke 2 mild spliffs instead of half of a mashup one. You know what I mean? That's how
If you really want to have the best experience, when you walk into the dispensary, if it's your first time, don't ask the bud tender what's the strongest you got. Tell them you want to enjoy your first experience. You know, do you want the flavor? You know, that's way more important. You'll come back and you'll enjoy your experience so much that you'll want to do it again.
Yeah.
But if you go in there and just give me that 35% THC stuff, and it's the first time, you are going to be passed out. You'll end up with a whitey. You're not going to have a good time, and you're going to wonder what the hell's going on here. So
no, you want some bubble gum, what's like 14 to 17% THC, what's got loads of entourage effect to it. So you're just like, yeah, man, I feel well fucking chilled. That
kind of stuff. Yeah, you don't need the super strong, super heavy stuff that you heard on the news or stuff like that.
Fucking 25% plus. It's like, it's not necessary, is it?
No, it isn't.
If you want a high percentage THC, get extracts. You know, get some fucking hash. Get some. You know, I don't know. I'm just
that's a home grower.
THC level.
If you want a high THC level from a home grower, all we do is we run bubble hash or something, or dry sift, and there you go. You got it. And you got the better terpenes, the better flavors, the better everything. But yeah, this lady is basically just saying the same thing that we all know, that you can't really trust with all the dispensaries are putting on the label. So buyer beware.
Yeah,
grow your own. You get better weed.
Chat. He said, "A proper whiteout gives you a healthy respect for high THC, though."
It does.
That makes you respect it. You know.
It will.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's also very multifaceted. I don't want to go too long, but also when you're a grower and you send your samples to 5 different labs, and then from one lab you get 17%, one lab says 22%, and one lab says 35%. And all your cultivars, they're testing at this one lab, always 32, 35 or some percent. You will always send them to that lab because you think, I'm going to get the most amount of money for my wheat that I'm selling then, you know. It's just the one idea that means something. It's so multifaceted, and it's not just it's so much.
Good point.
The
labs know that too as well, don't they? So they're going to up the results a little. So people send
they're always going to be goosing it just a little bit, man.
And also the growers pick the samples that they're adding. They put keef as much as they can on top of those buds that they send inside. That is also something they do.
I never thought about that. I mean, I know that I do that when I'm trimming, and when I finish trimming, I got a bunch of trichomes in the bottom of the tray. They go right back into my bud. But I never thought about somebody doing that. You could actually put that on the buds you're sending in for sample. And now you're through the roof.
And then you also take the lab that always tests the highest, and then you get some stuff that has 38%, 48% or some shit. Yeah. Which is not physically possible.
Yeah,
No, that's what
right.
I think. You know, at what point is it just a blob of fucking resin? Is there even any plant matter in there? You know, fucking hell. But we have this last one from Monkey. Monkey, what was this?
Oh yeah,
shit going
now
on
this
here?
is just something I saw. You know, we kind of like to look at some things that are a little offbeat here. And this comes out of WTOP News, and it says a Danish hippie oasis has fought drug sales for years. Now locals want to tear up the whole street. Okay, you see an article like that, you know you got to go for it.
It makes no sense.
Copenhagen, Denmark. The inhabitants of Copenhagen's freewheeling Christiana neighborhood plan to dig up an aptly named Pusher Street in their last attempt to stop illegal hashish sales, which have led to deadly gang turf wars and sometimes violent confrontations with the police. Residents of the hippie enclave, now they're calling it a hippie enclave, but I'm not really sure about that. But anyway, the representatives of the hippie enclave are calling for volunteers to help dig up the street on April 6th in the Berlingske newspaper report. Okay, see, I butchered another name for you there.
Yeah, Berlingske?
Berlingske, okay. All are welcome, and participants can take home one of the cobblestones as a souvenir. It is yet unclear what will replace the street. The residents are fighting to preserve Christiana's reputation as a freewheeling society made up of political idealists and aging hippies. For years, hash has been sold openly in Christiana from roadside stalls, among buildings painting in psychedelic colors, but inhabitants say that feuding gangs, not them, control the trade, and the survival of the community hinges on ending it. The neighborhood has been a world apart from the rest of Copenhagen since 1973, when hippies squatted at a derelict naval base and set up a community dedicated to the flower power ideals at the time: free cannabis, limited government influence, no cars, and no police. After more than 4 decades of locking horns with authorities, they were given control over their homes when the state sold the 84-acre enclave for 85.4 million kroners, or 12.5 million US dollars, to a foundation owned by its inhabitants. There are nearly 700 adults and 150 children living in the community today, and it's one of Danish capital's biggest tourist attractions. The Christianities have made several attempts to close the hashish market in the roughly 100-meter long street. Police say the trade, worth millions, is controlled by Hell's Angels and outlawed Royal to the Family. That must be a group that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, gangs.
Royal to the Family. Yeah, that's not one I think we have over here. Authorities tolerated hashish sales in Christiana until 2004, when police started to crack down. To preempt police raids, residents took down hash booths, but the trade soon came back. Last year, they brought in heavy machinery to tear down the market, but the masked men stopped them. In the past, Christiana has worked with local authorities to make plans that include ending the drug trade and replacing with other activities. The social
so
housing.
essentially what they're saying is everything was fine until they started fucking trying to prevent it in 2004, you know?
It sounds like, but I was reading the article earlier, it sounds like, okay, their ideals of the no police, limited government thing just kind of set up what these gangs are looking at as the perfect storm. You know, nobody's going to stop them from doing what they want to do, kind of thing. Counterculture, that's what it was. Basically, they're calling hippies, but I think these are basically people just looking for a counterculture situation, looking for less government and more freedom. And that just, unfortunately, the gangs took hold here. And so now the Christianas really want the gangs. I'm sure that they were founded on free cannabis, open consumption of cannabis. So they probably don't mind it, but they don't want the gangs. So that's the hard part. So what do you do when you have a street that's lined with gangs selling hash? How do you get rid of it? You tear up the street. I love that part of it there. They basically say all the booths are on this street, so they're literally gonna tear the street up, completely remove the street. What's gonna prevent these booths from going to the next street?
Yeah. Or
the
just
people living there.
or just staying there. You think a road really matters?
It's
going to be a
fucking
path
put some
at
boards down or
least, yeah.
something, you know?
I applaud the residents for actually taking this, you know, which they wanted peace. You know, they don't mind the hash,
Yeah.
but they don't want all the crime that's going with it right here.
You know what
And,
stops the crime? You know, like legalizing the production and sale of cannabis. You know, this is a problem that occurs all over the fucking world, and I assume Denmark here, it's the same kind of
Yeah.
shit. If you just legalize and create a proper market for it, then people won't even go to the stalls to go and buy it because they go to an actual establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be 1,000 other places that go to. They don't need that street no more.
Yeah, then that solves it. Gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Problem gone. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the inhabitants here, the Christianians and the police are encouraging tourists not to buy the hash and stay away from the booths and all that stuff like that.
Fuck
But
you, do what I want.
there you go. You know what happens?
If they've
you
got
know?
good hash, I'm buying it.
Uh,
It's simple.
You sell better hash then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Rifle
right.
it.
That's right. It's not their fault they have to be forced into a legacy market and a life of crime because the government can't make proper rules.
yeah, well, you know, you have a counterculture society here that's looking at a different way to solve a problem.
Yeah.
We'll see if it works.
Yeah, it's just bad for it. So many people getting shot. Like it says there, the 30-year-old man who was selling drugs was shot and killed. It's like, come on, man. People don't need to die over this shit.
No, man.
This stuff has to stop, man.
Especially cannabis. Cannabis is too easy to produce. Most anybody can do it, and it's really people should not be dying for this plant.
Well. So yeah, some nice news to end on there, everybody.
So yeah, if you have drug dealers on your street, just tear up the street.
Just dig
There you
up
go.
the
Problem
road.
solved. Dig up your road. Take it home with you.
Peppa Pig fans will know what I mean when I say that. I say people who have children who are Peppa Pig fans. Let's dig up the road. Oh God, God.
Stop it.
Yeah. Anyway, just some forum news to add on the end there. It is the last Friday of the month on Friday, so we're gonna have a fat session, man. We're gonna go in the Zoom room. You know, it's not a live stream and shit. Patrons can come and join us, and we just sit there and have a session on Friday at usual showtime. So come and join us if you're a patron and you're free on Friday, and we'll come and chat some random shit about some random shit. I don't know, should we talk about aliens this week? Yeah, let's talk about aliens and like the Fermi paradox. Yeah, all that kind of the
Yeah, we
Drake
haven't chatted
equation.
really about that.
You know? Yeah, let's talk about aliens and space. That's gonna be cool. And we'll get high and eat salted licorice.
You got plenty of it left, don't you, Mackie?
Yeah. Anybody want some? Yeah, it's like I ate that piece. I said it like mid-show, and then I ate a third piece, and it was just dire. It's like you are only forcing yourself to eat this to try and like it, and it's like, don't do it. You don't have to do it.
Well, I can honestly say I finished the one little pretzel thing, and after the last bite, I have no desire to go back for it right now, at least, you know. And the taste is still there in my mouth. I can still taste it. So yes, it does linger quite a bit.
Oh, God, yeah, I don't think I could eat the rest, but I'll try. But let's go to the outro. Let's get this done. And there we go, everybody. Thanks to Triple G for coming to join us all the way from Germany. And of course, thanks to Billy as well. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, lads. So where can people find you, Triple G? Can you have you got, because you have your own cannabis consumption lounge and stuff, right? What's the deal there?
Yeah, for sure. I'm member of the Cannabis Social Club Nürnberg, and we have a website, cscnürnberg.de. And yeah, we're also active on social media, but we are, I don't know, in general, people can find me on the forum also at oh damn, what was my name? I'm so
Grateful German Grower.
Grateful German Grower, yeah. Yes. So yeah, if you like to get some more information about Germany, about our social club, then you can just visit me on the forum, and maybe in the future I will post also some more threads with some personal home grows, since I've been posting before and I didn't find my groove yet because I'm not that quick in typing, and yeah, Nürnberg, the dark side of Germany. Yeah, some people say we are up here in Franken, we are the Texas of Germany, because Bavaria is the Texas of Germany and Franken is the Texas of Bavaria. So, God damn it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was saying in the chat there from Mad Dog, great information. Yeah, loads of good information about what's going on in Germany, man. We appreciate it. You're gonna know much better than we do. So
Yeah.
Good luck, man. Only 1 week until legalization. That's crazy. But what were you saying, Billy? Where can people find you?
Probably mostly in chat every week, trolling you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
pretty
everybody
much,
knows Billy by now.
Yeah.
You know, you can find him everywhere. He's got his OnlyFans. You want to share your OnlyFans?
They cut my only socks off me, mate. Damn.
Fuck,
It's out of order.
serious?
Yeah, man, they're serious, man. They've cut it out now. Yeah, I was too
Does
much
that mean
for
I
them.
get my money back from my subscription?
Oh no, no, you don't get your money back, mate.
Oh, that's lame.
Already spent that. New socks.
Yeah, new socks for me. That is. Ooh.
But yeah, we'll call it a day. And if Bubble Hawk wants to come and jump in the Zoom room there so we can say hello to Bubble Hawk, that would be cool. Come and
Yay.
join us, bro.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, thanks to everybody for coming to join us, man. We have a couple of interviews this week. Oh shit, yeah, we have we got with a guy called Tom tomorrow who was a drug smuggler, everybody, and he's written a book about his drug smuggling past. We're gonna find out some shit about that. That's gonna be cool, man. But on Thursday this
The
week,
return of Mephisto.
Mephisto. Yeah, the lads from Mephisto are coming to join us to talk
Tim and
about
Mitch are coming
winning
back.
awards and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they just came off of Spanibus. We'll find out how that all went for them and everything.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, for the Patreons, come and join us live on Tuesday and Thursday for those interviews. But for everybody else, we'll catch you again here live on youtube.com/high-on-homegrown. And we'll have another session then. If you have any ideas for things that we're not going to enjoy eating, do let us know.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
Yeah, but that's about it. We'll catch you on the next one, everybody. And of course, come and join us over at percysgrowroom.com and show off some of your grow if you haven't done that already. It's been a pleasure, as it always is. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for downloading and sharing and all of that. See you then.
Thanks for the love, guys. I read from the chat right now. Thanks for the love.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah, bye, everybody.
Where's my love, man?
Oh, yeah, and love for Billy, everybody.
Oh, that's scary. Love for Billy? I don't know.
Yeah.